Welcome to Pashua's Moment with Pastor Charles Kiyaga.
Yes, praise the Lord, brethren. We are back again on our program, the Pashua's Moment. And as always, I'm your servant, Pastor Charles. I stand on your great site, Zion Pashua's Prayer Mountain. A masterpiece in our day that has been dedicated to nothing else but the cause of people finding time alone with God. You can always come here any time of the day, any day. It is open 24/7. And people are waiting for you here to find your time to come and commune with God. And this is our source. We came from God, and God knows the chart or the journey we are supposed to take in life to be able to fulfill the purpose of our existence. And we are here, and I'm here to bring you this message to remind us of this high calling to draw closer to God as our source. Last week, we ended here. We are in Genesis chapter 19. What we saw when Lot was pleading with the men of the city. Remember, the angels had visited Lot. They had come to see the evil in the city, and they wanted to stay in the city square that night to see, because a lot of lamentation had gone to God about this city and the evil that was rampant in there. So God sent the angels to go and attest by themselves whether whatever the cries and the complaints about this city were exactly so. So when they went, Lot pleaded with them to stay in his house. And then the men of the city came, and they wanted to actually abuse them carnally. And then Lot started to plead with them and told them, please don't do this wicked thing. I have my daughters, they are virgins. Let me give them to you, that you do whatever you want with them. But please don't do it to these men. Verses 9 says, and they said, stand back. They said, this one came in to stay here, and he keeps acting as a judge. Now we will deal worse with you than with them. So they pressed hard against the man Lot, and came near to break down the door. Okay, so Lot came out of the door, closed the door behind him, and he started bleeding with him. They said, no way. We will have it our way. We want those men out. Lot started pleading. And they said, but you're a stranger here. You've just come to stay here. But you act like a judge amongst us. Then we are going to deal more worse with you than even them. So when evil becomes rampant, sometimes it gives people the impression that that is a standard. Like in our day, so many things have gone amiss. But even if it is a wrong thing, even if so many people are doing evil, doesn't qualify it to be right. Sometimes because evil becomes very rampant, there is a bit of compromise, and people start even imagining, I think this is a way of life we should take. You can't imagine. This act of homosexuality is what caused actually this city to be judged. But even today, even the church can compromise to a level of saying, let us admit these homosexuals. Because we should be all inclusive. We should not judge. Let us admit them the way they are. Because the sin has become rampant, almost being sanctified as a way of life. Even big governments, international bodies, dictating to other countries and saying you must accept this. This is how evil becomes rampant. But if God judged that city and destroyed it, just imagine our world today, that you see international bodies like the World Bank stands out and says, unless you accept that you are going to allow homosexuality, we are denying you money. Just imagine. Somebody, you have been elevated to a level that determines the economic life of countries, but you want to strangle them economically just because they have refused to say yes to homosexuality. If God judged that city, how much more judgment will he do to our generation today? So, whenever we commit evil, it does not go just anyhow, unless it is atoned, unless somebody stands in to plead, unless somebody intercedes. So this city, Abraham tried to intercede, but he could not make it to save the city. But because of his intercession, his cousin, his nephew was saved, and his family, just because of Abraham's intercession. But you can't believe that the entire men of the city came just to break the house, to see that they get these men out, and then they abuse them. These similar things are happening in our day. And how they go away unpunished unless somebody stands in to plead. We need intercessors. We need people who can stand in the gap between God and humanity. Otherwise, there is enough ground for judgment. And God can visit our world with judgment that can erase whole generations. The evils that we see, the bloodshed that we see, the havoc in the world could be coming out of these judgments. But somebody needs to stand in as an intercessor. And God is looking for such people. So we begin from there tomorrow. God bless you.
Eyo yebadde Pursuers Moment ng'ekutuusiddwako essomero lya Pursuers Junior School erisangibwa mu Butambala ku kkubo lya Mpigi Gombe. Kati wulira enkizo eriwo singa otwala omwana wo ku Pursuers Junior School. Interviews za bwereere. Essomero liyimiridde ku musingi ogutya Katonda ate ng'omwana agunjulwa bakugu. Tutumbula ebitone eby'enjawulo mu mwana. Tulina amazzi amayonjo ku ssomero ate ng'omwana wasomera ne weyeebaka abanga mukungu. Endya y'abayizi nnungi byansusso anti emmere tugirimira nga ne faamu y'ente weeri ku ssomero. Tulina emmotoka ezitambuza abaana. Pursuers Junior School e Butambala tusomesa abaana okuva mu baby class okutuuka ku kibiina ekyomusanvu mu ddene boarding. Okumanya ebisingawo 0772 41 98 4 ne 0702 36 41 64. Pursuers Junior School Butambala, in pursuit of knowledge.